evening, everyone. Welcome to South Wirral High School. My name is Mr. Goodwin. I'm the head teacher. I've been the head teacher here for 6 years, and I'm really proud to be the head teacher of this school. In the next 15 minutes, we want to give you a little bit of a flavour of this school, and most of the talking will be done by our young people who are in front of you this afternoon. First of all, I'd like to talk to you as a dad, because as well as being a head teacher, I'm also a dad. So my two girls have just gone through the education system. So a couple of years ago, I was sitting where you're sitting this evening. And I often think about what was going through my head when I was choosing a secondary school for my girls. And what I was thinking about was these three things. I wonder if these are things that you think about too. I wanted a school for my daughters where the children were well behaved, where they could feel safe, and for it to be a good environment to learn in. I also wanted it to be a place that had a rich curriculum so that they could realise their dreams. And lastly, I wanted them to go to a place that would bring them up, together with myself, as good citizens. Now, I'm really proud to say that's the school that I lead. And that is what this school is all about. And that's our promise to you as parents. And it's a moral commitment that I make, that I would only want to lead a school that I'd be happy for my own daughters to attend. And of course I would say that, wouldn't I, because I'm the head teacher. So I hope this evening you get a chance to talk to my staff, the students, there are loads of them here tonight, but also to read the words of some people who visited our school in March. So of course we have Ofsted in, like all schools do. And there's a couple of quotes on the screen there that illustrate the points I've just made. This is a kind, calm, and orderly and respectful school community. And you are welcome to come and visit it any day of the week to see what it's like, because that's what it's like. We have a fantastic, deep and rich curriculum as well. And that's what the students experience. We also have taken great care to make sure that all our school community is looked after and feels safe and comfortable. And also to help anybody who needs some extra help in English and maths in particular. That's the school I lead. And I'd welcome and encourage you to read the Ofsted report, which is on our school website. So the theme of my talk tonight is going to be about three things, because these are the three aims of our school curriculum. This is what we want to do, and it's what we do. We develop successful learners, confident and inspired individuals, but also aspiring and responsible citizens. And I've invited these students here this evening to talk about that. And the first thing I'd like to talk to you about is the results that students get when they leave. So I was in here in August, we celebrated success of Year 11s, and I've just picked out 6 to put on the screen to show you don't have to go to a grammar school to get the very top grades. I was proud of all our students, of all the grades and destinations they had, but these students in particular, look at the top grades they got. They did better than I did when I was at school. And the reason they do well is because we have something called the South Wirral Way, which you might have heard of if you're already a parent. A few years ago, we did a big exercise in school where teachers listened to young people about how they learn the best and what they want from a teacher in a classroom. And we took that learning, we mixed it with all the expert research that teachers have done, and we produced the South Wirral Way. So every student, in every subject, in every year group, knows how the teacher's going to teach and what the routines are going to be. It makes settling into school so much easier, and it makes people feel so much more comfortable. But enough from me, let's hear what the young people think. First of all, I'd like to introduce you to Nicole.
Since starting South Wirral in Year 7, I have been fully supported by every member of staff, from teachers to the pastoral team. The teachers go above and beyond to help every individual student to achieve their aspirations. This is one of the many reasons why I chose to stay here to study my A-levels. Another thing unique to this school is the South Wirral Way. This is a technique used in class which helps us students to recall information and to stay more focused. Every lesson begins with a retrieval task, where we will have a question linking back to the previous lesson. Then the teacher will explain a new topic before we engage collectively, then independently into the task. This step-by-step guidance encourages us to take initiative and is what helps me to increase my knowledge. Thank you.
To give you a little bit more detail, one of the students that helped us design the South Wirral Way and regularly talks to students about it. So let me introduce you to Jill.
The South Wirral Way is a four-step system unique to this school. This system consists of the steps retrieval, I do, we do, and you do. This system is optimised to help students in their education. To begin with, retrieval. At the start of every lesson, students are asked questions from past lessons to jog their memory. This makes the student more likely to remember what they have learned. Moving on, I do is the first step to adding help to lessons. I do is the part where the teacher performs the work as an example, usually through what a good one looks like. The teacher shows how to do it and how they want you to do it. Furthermore, we do is where both the student and the teacher engage together in a task. It is most likely that the teacher will start off the task and let the student finish it. This helps ease the student into more challenging activities. Finally, you do is where the student participates in the task independently. I do shows you how to do it, we do eases the student in, and you do leaves it to the student alone to complete the task. But don't worry, a teacher is always there to help if you get stuck. In conclusion, the South Wirral Way is a system that is unique to our school and proven to work, further enforcing South Wirral's pledge to make our young people successful learners, confident, inspired individuals, and aspiring responsible citizens.
Although it's my name on the door, Jake actually runs the school. Now, learning continues on outside of the classroom too, doesn't it? So homework, home learning, as we call it, is really important to us. So there is a timetable of homework. It starts off quite small in year 7 and it gradually builds up so that the children learn good study habits but they're not overwhelmed. That's important to say. And we have a planner that they bring home and parents, you can see the homework set and you can write comments in it for the teachers to read. So that's a really good means of communication for us all. In addition to that, which is an old-fashioned way of communicating, we also have Google Classroom. Now, during the COVID times, I was determined to make sure that good things came out of a bad situation. Google Classroom is brilliant. We make sure everyone in the school's got a computer and the internet, and they can continue their learning on Google Classroom, so if they miss a lesson, they can catch up, and they can relearn something that they've missed. It's an absolutely fantastic resource that the students use. So moving on, we want our students to be confident and we want them to be inspired. I want this to be a school where people have got a smile on their face every day, which they do. And one of the ways we achieve that is through a fantastic extracurricular program. So you might have seen the booklet in your pack today. When I stand on the stage in front of Year 7 in September, I give them a challenge. And the challenge is everybody should join at least one club or team or society because it helps them to feel confident and settled in school. And it's really, really good for their physical and mental health. There are tons of activities and I'm really lucky to be a head teacher of a school where the staff will give up their time to do this voluntarily. I'll just share with you a few examples. Our debate society is fantastic and regularly guests come into school to debate with them. They join competitions. These children learn how to speak. You've heard from one of them already this afternoon. And they can debate and think. It's just really healthy for them. And of course they're engaging with the society around them. So proud of that. Our girls' football team is the top sports team in the school. Now the boys do well as well. But the girls' football team are fantastic. On the left, coached by Jurgen Klopp, and on the right, Pep Guardiola. Now, can you keep a secret? I think you can keep a secret, can't you? Yesterday I found out that they've been nominated as one of the Wirral School sports teams of the year. So we're going to the awards in 2 weeks' time, and we're hoping we might win. Girls' football has been a brilliant development, and listening to the girls' enthusiasm for that has made us change our curriculum in school so that all the girls and all the boys do all the sports and they all enjoy it. And that's been a really good development in school. Now this has been spectacular. So we believe really strongly in the arts here. Art, photography, music, dance and drama. Our drama group joined a national competition called the Connections competition and they were one of the winners. So with 6 other schools they went to the National Theatre on the South Bank by the River Thames in London and they performed to the playwright. It was amazing and it is something we will never forget. A lot of those young people, I'm certainly going to carry on and have a career in the arts, but that's really important to us and a big part of school. Another part of that, for example, is in the summer, some of you would have come to watch Grease in our school, which was an amazing evening of all the arts working together. It was really inspirational. So let's hear a little bit more. I'm going to introduce you to Alex. He is no relation to me.
Hi, my name is Alex Goodwin and I'm a Year 8 student here at South Wirral High School. Here at South Wirral we want everyone to be successful students and we want your child to be the best they can be. To help your child reach their full potential, we have brilliant teachers and teaching assistants to give extra support. My form tutor has always looked after me in school. We also have great extracurricular clubs throughout the week so your child can make friends with similar interests and will benefit their learning by learning new skills and increasing their confidence. In my time at South Wirral, I've done basketball club at lunchtime and after school football.
Alex's sister left school this summer with a great set of exam results, and that means he's the most important Goodwin in the school now. But it means I've gone up to second place, which is great for me. And now I'm going to introduce Joel to you.
Over the years, South Wirral High School has helped me mature, not only as a young teenager, but also as a part of the community. In Year 7, I joined the school football team. I personally found it easier to make friends through sport. When Year 6 transitions to Year 7, one of the biggest challenges or worries is finding new friends and experiencing school together. Here at South Wirral, there are many clubs on offer. Personally, my favourite clubs are football, fitness club and unified sports, at lunch and after school. Studies show children who join clubs achieve more at school, as they have more opportunities to socialise, which allows them to get to know each other and improve their mental health and well-being. Now in Year 11, preparing for my GCSEs, I still attend sports clubs, make time to socialise with my friends, and importantly, preparing for my exams in the summer. It's important to balance your studies and free time. Thank you.
This year it's been lovely to see trips and visits come back, because it had been very difficult for the previous 2 years. Now, this really enriches the school curriculum. So our children have got the chance to go to big sporting events like Wimbledon. They went to the rugby finals. They went to Old Trafford. The girls' football team went to Old Trafford and were in a crowd of 80,000 people in the Women's World Cup. And they came away from that saying, I want to be a professional footballer. One of the other things that's been reborn in school is the Duke of Edinburgh Award. So we've got lots and lots of students doing bronze, silver, and this year gold Duke of Edinburgh as well. So I'm going to introduce Sam to talk about that.
During my time at South Wirral High School, I've been given the opportunity to take part in many clubs, which has happened to develop. I've been very lucky to take part in the fantastic Duke of Edinburgh Award, managing to complete both bronze and silver, whilst very much looking forward to completing gold. The award has allowed me to develop leadership and teamwork skills which provide for university. I thoroughly enjoyed completing the awards and would highly recommend it to anyone as it's an amazing life experience and will look great in CVs or university applications. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening and thank you.
And now also Megan.
Throughout my 5 years at South Wirral High School, I've experienced many challenges which have helped me to get where I am today. For example, I was given the opportunity to participate in bronze and silver at Duke of Edinburgh. I was joined by many peers who supported me all the way and helped me develop the skills I am today. I can't say that your experience at South Wirral High School will be alike because everyone is different, but I can tell you to take part in opportunities when they appear. One opportunity I'm glad I took was being a Girls Active in Mind ambassador, because I get to encourage girls to take part in sports, but also I get to support their mental health. There is no better feeling than helping others, so I encourage you to do so too.
So back to the third theme of the evening, which is it's about developing aspiring and responsible citizens. So South Wirral High School's been here for 50 years. And all through that 50 years, it's been a really integral part of our community, Easton, Bromborough and beyond. And we're really proud of that. So when I do assemblies, I tell the young people, you wear our uniform, you represent me and our school in the community. And we do good. we help and we make the world a better place. And as part of that, in school, we have something called the LORIC programme. Now, you might have seen this on the walls as you've walked around school. So this is what we want to develop in our young people. Leadership, organisation, resilience, initiative and character. Because that is what makes for a happy and prosperous life. And all through their experiences in school, they'll be encouraged to develop those personal attributes. And they collect it all in a folder that celebrates all their achievements. Other things that they do to develop their citizenship. We do a lot of work for charity. So this is an amazing day. The Race for Life every summer. We were all on the field. Some of us ran, some of us walked, some of us jogged. Some were fast, some were slow. And we raised £5,800 for cancer charities. A couple of weeks ago we had Airbus in for a STEM day. That's science, technology, engineering, maths, which is an important thread in our curriculum to introduce people to careers that they might not have heard of as well. I'm going to ask Amber to talk to you about this.
When I joined South Wirral, there were so many opportunities for me. I was very antisocial and didn't have many friends. That all changed once I started going to clubs like Unified Sports and Rugby. These helped build my confidence and allow me to make friends. There are so many clubs to offer a variety for people who like different things. We have a wide range of sports clubs. We have art club and a cookery club. So don't feel like you cannot go to them as they're not your cup of tea. Additionally, if you can get enough people, you can ask a teacher to run a specific club and they will try their best to run it. We use LORIC in our school to help with our learning. These involve leadership, organisation, resilience, initiative and character. You can build on these every day as they are key things you will need when applying for a job when you are older.
Amber's right to say if this school doesn't have a club that your child wants to run, we will set it up. So one day 2 years ago, a year 7 went to see a teacher and said, we should have a board gamers club in this school. It's just great for getting together and making friends. It's now the most popular club in the school apart from sport. It's wonderful. So with all this curriculum in school, what do people do when they leave? I'm just going to share with you a couple of stories of people who left this summer. Now you'll have noticed all through the evening when people have been on the stage, we've told you what primary school they've come from. It's been on the screen. So here's some more people who went to primary schools that you go to now, and look what they're doing now. Gemma came from Rayburn, she left us and she's now at the University of Liverpool doing environment and planning. Duncan went to Church Drive. He's now studying law at Liverpool John Rose. Megan came from Mendel, she's now doing marketing at Chester University. Molly came from Haygarth and she's now studying law. We've got a lot of lawyers in our sixth form. Georgia came from Mendel, she's studying film at Huddersfield. And lastly, Leah's got a fantastic apprenticeship at the Body Shop that's going to set her up with her career. So all this is just a little sample of what people go on to do when they leave here. That's the output, the outcome from the curriculum that we run in school. Now I'd like to finish my evening by introducing two special people to you. So, 1 year ago, these people were in your position. They might have been sitting in an assembly like this. And they've now been at this school for only 3.5 weeks. But they're ready to talk to you about what it's like here. So first of all, I'd like to introduce you to Mia.
Hi, I'm Mia and I've just started in Year 7. I want to say a big thank you to the staff and pupils at South Wirral for making me feel so welcome in my first few weeks. Before starting, I attended the 3-day summer school that South Wirral offer to new students, and I would really encourage any new Year 7s to do this, as it really helped me find my way around the school and meet new people who would quickly become my friends. We did lots of different activities over the 3 days and I really enjoyed it. When I started, I was a bit worried about getting lost, but there was a friendly face always willing to show you where to go. I've loved my first few weeks at South Wirral, and I can't wait to see what it brings in the future.
And last of all, Jay.
My experience at South Wirral so far is better than I expected it to be. My teachers made my lessons fun, and I have really enjoyed it. When I got lost, other students and teachers helped me find my way to lessons. Even though I've only been at South Wirral for a few weeks, it has been an exciting start, and I know it will get even better. I've made new friends, and I know you'll do. I'm planning to join the Lego robotics school because I'd like to be an engineer when I leave school.
So there we have it. By the way, I didn't write the scripts. They chose what they wanted to say to you. Okay, can I close with a cheeky little reference to the fact that when I was in your position, I went round lots of schools, as you probably have done, and I let you into a secret about what a head teacher looks for in a school for his own daughters. Right? First of all, I went to the toilets. Yeah? Well, it sounds funny, doesn't it? But the toilets tell you a lot about what an organisation does to look after its people. Okay? And little details like that can tell you a lot. Then I went and I spoke to as many people as I could find, and I asked them, what's it like to work here? Are you happy in your job? Because, ladies and gentlemen, bricks and mortar don't teach your children. The adults in the building do. They should be happy in their job, and they should share my absolute commitment to doing the best for your children. I know there's one chance at education, and if you trust your children into my care and my school's care, we will not let you down, and my staff will not let you down as well. So I would invite you to talk to as many people as you can. And I'm just going to reiterate my offer. If you want to come and look around our school during the day to see the kind and calm and caring place that it is, you're really welcome. Now, can we finish by giving my helpers a round of applause again? If you haven't yet had a chance to have a guided tour, I think if you go out of that door onto the yard, there'll be some year 11s who can give you a guided tour. If you're not bothered about that, please leave by any other door. And thanks again for coming. I hope you have a lovely evening.